Hey, what is up, everyone? This is Cyrex Capital, and as you guys saw by the title of the video, I have decided to go private with my trading for many reasons, right? For many reasons, and I feel like this is the best decision that I have made so far, because I have gotten to a point of being aware that if too many people trade the same levels, or we trade at the same levels, the weaker that edge is gonna be, right? So for instance, let's say 100,000 people are trading my strategy, right? And we all buy at the same time, and we all have, let's say, 100k or 50k on the line. Each person is risking 50k. I mean, trading euro US dollar, it probably might not affect it that much, but as we bump up our trades, it will in the long run affect the edge, right? So I will still record content like this, me talking to you guys about my experiences and everything, but I'm just limiting my exposure of my strategy. Like, I will show you guys dashboards and everything, stats, obviously, but what I won't show is how I trade exactly, like the strategy tit for tat. But I will share insights, and you guys will get to see, because what I'm doing here is obviously like I'm documenting my journey towards achieving success, right? So if you're new to this channel and don't know who I am, my name is Cyrex Capital, and I have been documenting my journey, right, to becoming a successful forex trader, right? So if you can watch all my previous videos, you will see that I have been trying to refine my strategy for the longest of time, and I have made a lot of adjustments. Like, I've changed strategies, but most of the strategies that I trade, like the way that I trade now, you will see the previous strategies that I built, like the models that I built, they are all infused into, or they all affect the way that I trade currently, So there was a time where I started learning ICT, right? So first I was trading price action, and then I went into ICT. ICT was more detailed, like ICT accounted for every candle, so that's where I learned most of the concepts, right? And from there I deviated into trying to build my own models. Like, I didn't learn everything about ICT, I just learned certain concepts, and then I ran with it, and I started backtesting, trying out different models, which was what I was doing here on this channel, but I was trading, I was forward testing. I was forward testing, buying accounts, forward testing on those accounts, trying out those models on those accounts. Okay, so I kept on doing this for about 2 years and something months, I'm not sure, until I was able to pass my very first it's actually been the only prop firm challenge that I've been able to pass, phase 1 and phase 2 actually. While it was the only prop firm where I passed phase 1, the only phase 1 that I did pass, and the only phase 2 that I've ever passed, and gotten to the funded stage, and also placed a payout, right? So here's the certificate. It was with the 5%ers. That payout came shortly after I was able to take an account from like $10 to like $40, which is like 400%. I've never been able to do that, right? I've never did it before, so to me it was something special. And then shortly afterwards I passed my phase 1, and then I passed my phase 2. I passed my I got my payout. That weekend was the best weekend of my life. Not the best weekend of my life, but in my trading journey, like the feeling that I had, you know. But yeah, man. So I'm balancing trading with e-hailing at the moment, right? I'm trying to balance these two, as e-hailing is what is providing me, or what is feeding my daily needs, you know. So at the moment, it's currently my main hustle, but I am at a point where I'm balancing them out, you know. So as I was saying, guys, me being private is just me wanting to focus on different things, you know. I believe trading is a psychological game, you know what I mean? And you realize that once you have the technical skill, you know, because you have to get to know what you are dealing with first to then develop the psychology around that, you know. And the easiest way to do that is to learn a strategy, and then through that strategy is how you will be able to view the market. I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying. Let me not say a strategy, because a strategy is way too focused on one thing. You know what I mean? So let me say a framework, right? So once you have a framework, right? Once you have a framework, you'll be able to, like, that is how you are going to see the market, right? So everything else that you have learned, you are not, like, once you look at the chart, you should only see your framework, and then through that framework you will then start to learn how to trade. Now, I mean, you will learn the strategy itself. From there, you will start developing the psychology of, okay, this is like, when this happens, I'm not supposed to do this, or when this happens, I must do this. Now, I mean, so you then end up being at a point where no matter what anyone tells you, like, let's say they are bearish on the day or they are bullish, and your framework is showing you something else, you are not even going to take into account what they are saying, because you know your framework, you know this, you've been trading, like, you trade around your framework, you see. So that is a mistake that I've made in the past, you know, whereas in, let's say, I would look for outside validation as into what I'm doing here, you know. So yeah, man, at this point I've developed many strategies, many models, many frameworks, and every time I develop a new one, like, you will see elements of the previous models in that model that I've created, or that I'm currently trading at that time, you know. So yeah, I'm still going to be active, like, posting and everything, psychology videos, because I believe most people have the skill. It's just that they just need to put everything together, because that was the problem with me. Like, I had the skill, I knew everything, like, not everything, but I knew most of the technicals, right? So once you know, like, start with technicals, because technicals will give you a foundation, right? Will give you a foundation. Once you know the basics, it's going to be easy for you to learn other strategies, different strategies. The market is forever adapting to certain strategies, so you should also adapt to the market adapting. Now, I mean, so that is why I have not been trading only one model. I've been trading multiple models, many different models, you know. So all in all, guys, what I'm trying to say is that me going private is not that I'm being secretive or anything. It's just that I'm just protecting what I've built, and there's just a lot going on right now, you know. There's just a lot going on, and I really have to focus on what I'm doing, because currently e-hailing is taking up too much of my time, and I'm balancing between the two, you know. it's a bit difficult, it's a bit difficult. But what I don't want happening is me not trading because of e-hailing. It has happened so many times before in the past, whereby, let's say, I was developing a certain model, and then I decide, okay, in order to invest into that model, I need to save up. So I need to first work. Let's say maybe I don't trade for like a week or two, save up some money, and then buy a prop firm account. And then after 2 weeks, when I come back to the market, that whole 2 weeks that I was working, um, like when I most of the time when I go back to see that time, right, to see the trades, which played out during that time where I was working, is that you would find that there were many opportunities where I would have made profit. So it's not easy wrapping that around my head, and especially at the position that I am in right now. Because now it's not like back then, where, well, I still don't have money, but at least now I'm like, things are in motion. I have some accounts, that I'm currently trading. So it's like, why not trade on those accounts? So what I've done is, okay, for now I have shortened my session, right? So I trade from 8 until 12, South African time. So to get around that, like, that's 4 hours, right? That's 4 hours. So I decided to only trade 8, 9 until 10, right? So 3 hours, not 3 hours, but 2 hours, so at least that gives me enough time to work throughout the day, and make enough money. Because before, when I didn't balance the two, when I wasn't live trading on my accounts, when I was still developing a framework, it was easy, because I used to work the whole day. Then when I come back from working, then I used to, let's say, go in the market, I back test, or I carry on with what I was doing the previous day. So it was easy like that, because I had a daily target then. So now that I'm trading again, it's kind of hard to reach that target. So I have shortened my trading time. So, like, there's just a lot, man, going on, like, in my life, even though I might not talk about certain things, because as a trader, you have to have your emotions intact. Like, you have to have your life together. Like, what happens in your life really affects, or how you are feeling really affects your performance, right? It really affects your performance. And in your trading journey, you're gonna come to a point where you're like, no, man, I can control this. Regardless of how I'm feeling, it's not supposed to affect how I'm trading. So you overcome those things, and which I have, because even if I take a loss doesn't mean anything to me at this point, you know um since I'm trading with prop firms. So how I'm gonna do it, I'm still trading with, like, I'm gonna trade with prop firms till I can build enough capital to trade live accounts, let's say to fund like $10,000, or like $1,000 and above, because I wanna risk like maybe 5% or 1% on a live account. So that 1% has to have a significant impact. So I can't trade $100. 1% of that's $1. So at least on bigger accounts, 1% is gonna equate to like a bigger amount. So yeah, guys. As I said, I'm going to update you guys on my journey. Like, I will release talks like this, videos where I'm just talking to you guys, um, because I really believe I learned most of, or everything clicked when I was listening to someone instead of watching them trade. Know what I mean? So through listening about the experiences of people and how they managed to do certain things in this market, made me learn a lot, right? Made me learn a lot, made me be able to put everything that I do have currently in my mind, you know, like the strategies or like the knowledge that I've learned it helped me put everything together so that I can like make like come up with a trading plan, if I'm saying that right. Yeah, so let's say I had a model, right? I had a model, but I was struggling with something, and then I'll watch a podcast or something, you know, and then let's say that person or that guest is gonna say something that is gonna resonate to what I'm trying to achieve, you know, and then there maybe let's say I will get an idea, then I will apply that to my strategy, you know. And me, I believe that your model shouldn't stay the same. Even though you are trading the same strategy, like within that strategy there are certain models, you know. You can have a strategy that can give you a framework, and then within that strategy you're gonna notice how price behaves. Like you're not gonna mind everything, like let's say you have a certain session, you're only gonna focus on what price action does during that time window. So just by focusing on that time window, narrowing things down to that time window, you will make a lot of progress. But yeah guys, I don't want to make this video too long. I'm not sure when it's gonna drop, but I will probably take a day to edit this video. Today is the 14th of May, so probably you guys are gonna be seeing this video on the 15th of May. So yeah guys, be sure to follow me. I would really appreciate it. I'm trying to grow this channel. Like I want to be consistent guys. Please give me a follow. The links to my socials are gonna be in the link of not the link but the bio, the description of this video. I mean, so yeah guys, I will see you in the next one. As always, Cyrex Capital. Yes sir.